Alright, gamers, we have another game in the series. The current score is now 1-1, and I Am Magic is switching to one of his old loves, Oranos. He's back. He's back, and maybe stronger than ever. We'll see. We'll talk about that in a second. On the other side, Vortex is playing as Kronos. Well, actually, it's actually a strong match for Oranos. We will see how exactly he's gonna be going. But Oranos, as I was saying, is pretty good these days because he gets a Sky Passage for just favor, right? And in each age, he can make an additional one, which allows you to basically go out and hunt in unsecured locations with just a single villager having to commit to go out there. With the others not having to walk, they actually get to keep working at home. And then you just teleport them over. It's super, super neat. And you can get to some hidden spots that you otherwise wouldn't be able to by just using the edges of the map. You can deconstruct Sky Passages, yeah, but it would still refund the favor. So, you know, it's limited in effectiveness. Now, the other reason why both Oranos and Kronos are good is Hyperion in the Heroic Age. So, Chaos is just one of the best god powers in the game right now. It basically makes units fight each other, while they're on the same side, obviously. So, if Magic casts it on Vortex's army will fight itself, which is absolutely nuts. But yeah, that's how it works. If it's full of counter units, they will kill each other. So Terma on Terma action would be just absolutely brutal, a massacre. And then you make a bunch of satyrs, and those have a very powerful splash damage special attack, which then can finish off the survivors. So that you keep doing that over and over. It's super cheap, only 50 favor for the recast, and then each additional recast escalates by 10 additional favor. So I can highly recommend that. The other option for at least Magic would be to go birds and go Oceanus for the classical age and get Caladria, which have the ability to instantly heal stuff to full. So we could be seeing some of that later down the line. Just having several birds and keeping them fully healed at all times, sniping units, and just working towards maximum efficiency. And we are going to see Oceanus actually from Magic, which is also going to be useful for the early game Murmillo raids. Now, bear in mind that Oceanus also has this upgrade for the Murmillo and Fanatics called, was it Serrated Blades? I think it's called, yeah, it is. And that gives some bleeding damage there. He's got a hand axe, and we're gonna see a time shift forward with that temple. Vortex is looking to do a little bit of pressure with Promethean spawns. Bear in mind, Kronos no longer pays for these time shifts, and he gets double myth units whenever he advances up ages. So that's a pretty nice little bonus there. Immediately able to put on some pressure, potentially get into the villager line, and then deconstruct magics, whatever he makes. Oh, it's Bite of the Shark, but the passive is called Serrated Blades. That's what it is. Yeah, I apologize. I got that wrong. I got that wrong. Yeah, here's the Prometheans. They're so creepy, by the way. Let's zoom in on them a little. Do you see how the size of their fist changes as they attack? It's so creepy. Oh, come on. Now I zoomed in, now you're not attacking. Okay. Well, the town center does cover towers most of the time, so that's how it works. We didn't really get to see a deconstruction on the military barracks, which could have allowed these guys to put on even more pressure, but Magic is now getting chickens only, which is actually good news here for Vortex, because he gets to hunt, which is a faster gather rate, 1.5 versus 1.35. So even though nothing died, he is getting something out of this, and he just transported his temple back. He found the Hermes' winged sandals. And, you know, if he can keep up the pressure, this could be actually really cool, because Ghost Lake doesn't have too many gold mines, although this one certainly does. And they're all happening to be on Magic's side. Look at that. The guy has so many gold mines. Vortex does have some as well, but they're a little less secure. We'll see exactly how Magic can control this. He's got 2 Caladria. If he can heal one with the other, that would be great right now. He's trying to dodge the projectiles and doing a great job of it. The Carnivora as well, helping out a lot here. And now the Caladria have absolutely got to heal each other because this is not a healthy place to be. A lot of Terma coming from Vortex, but they're not particularly powerful units, so I'm not sure how much longer he can keep that going. Especially with Magic making so many Murmillo, they're just really good stat-wise to fight against these. They don't have any bonus damage against anything, but they just are a ball of stats, right? Whereas the Terma, well, they have DPS of ants. They don't really do much. Berry picking. It's not exactly the thing that Magic wants to be doing. He also is having some of his goats. But yeah, that's never ideal, right? He doesn't even have husbandry right now, so the gather rate from them is actually pretty low. Same as chickens. Same as the chickens were before. Meanwhile, Vortex is still hunting. Happily gathering away. We're gonna see some Hero Murmillo. And we've got Bite of the Shark coming in. So that will be really nice for Murmillo raids later. They also don't yet have the improvement here for speed that Oranos has. It's Empyrean something, I forget. I forget the name, but Magic does have triple Caladria already. So the bird strat is probably what he's going for. We're also going to see medium infantry out. Although I'm not really sure it was necessary right now because he has a good chunk of heroes here. And they are not affected by the medium infantry upgrade here. Empyrean speed it's called. Thank you. Chat is helpful. Very helpful indeed. Very good. We've got some Cairo Ballista, so I guess the plan for Vortex is to just go full counter barracks and try to find these bigger engages. But he does need some meat shield for the Cairo Ballista. They have 20 range and some decent speed, but they can't exactly run away from Murmillo if they close the distance, especially supported by Caladria, which can heal them up to full. And there's a 4th Caladria now, and the recast of Carnivora is entirely possible. He's got Shockwave available as well, which is actually very dangerous for these villagers, but good job by Vortex pulling back at the right time. There was more resources out here, but it's probably best to just go home, get the chickens, work on the goats later. This is looking pretty good, I think. Might be able to catch those Terma with a Shockwave, but it's probably not worth it, you know? Oh, he's gonna take the fight. Magic's taking the fight. He doesn't have favor for a Carnivora, so I would have figured he should wait, but no, he's just going to dive in on this and attempting to now heal. We are seeing a Valor used on the Cairo Ballista to heal it back to full, but it's not enough. The Murmillo are just too great in number, and they're far superior to the Terma, who are running away now, and the Caladria are just healing up several of these guys. Murmillo is receiving active healing at the moment. And the full heal coming through on that one. 2 of them can definitely kill the Cairo Ballista. And Vortex just running away in tears, honestly. That was rough. What other relics are on the map while this is going on? Magic's gonna probably push into the base. We got the System of Bast for cheap villagers. Also Bergwagen for cheap and fast caravans. The Staff of Dionysus for villager regeneration. And what was this relic? This was the Hermes' Winged Sandals for hero speed. So those hero Terma are actually 6.4 speed now. That's really fast. They just got buffed on this Red Bull patch, by the way. But Terma are... I don't know, man. Like, I don't see any archers here, do you guys? They would be countering stuff like the Cairo Ballista, but there's none. Both players are going up to Heroic through Hyperion, so we're gonna see a lot of Chaos. And guess what? Chaos on Terma and Cairo Ballista, well, they'll delete each other just fine. Magic won't have to do much of anything, to be honest. He just needs to keep this army alive, and he's gonna find the villagers, and Vortex has no idea where they are. He's looking for them, but too late. Too late. They're already here, and Magic isn't gonna get a full surround. He's just fully healed up 3 units. He would be happy to get the engage here, I think, but actually Vortex is luring him back to the army. Magic's, however, reacting very cleanly to that. Really doesn't want to get caught by the heroic age, although he doesn't know that yet. It's gonna happen last possible second that he'll realize. The fact that he's actually split up right now is very useful. Vortex might be losing an additional citizen here. Oh, good use of Valor, bringing it back to full health there. But yeah, all these Murmillo are just fine. Now, next up, there will be actually Contarius from Vortex. That's a really nice choice. And Heavy Cavalry is also going to be queued up, which is cheaper for Atlanteans. Empyrean Speed is being researched by Magic. Oh my god, he catches all the villagers. They're out here completely unprotected. Chaos is going to be used, stopping the Caladria from healing up to Murmillo. Everybody's bleeding. And maybe Vortex will get to come in here to clean up shop. He's also got heavy range units. Magic's getting additional Satyrs as well as Gemini. Oh, like I said, the Turbo are wrecking each other. The Murmillo aren't even necessary for this. Holy crap, that was a great value right there. There's another Murmillo raid stopping the economy of Vortex just a little bit more. And Magic's getting the town center up. These ranged units won't be able to do much of anything. The Contarius, however, are a little bit of a threat. So Magic will have to be a little careful. He's getting heavy infantry at the moment for more Murmillo action. This was kinda nuts. And thank you for the subscription there. Appreciate you. Another caught villager, just completely surrounded. It's really the Contarius that can potentially change this. And thank you for Matt Hat's raid as well. Much appreciated. Tower upgrade is coming in from Magic. He knows he just needs to hold from here. And he's done all the damage he needed to do. Lots of Murmillo coming home as well. And he certainly has favor for another shockwave if he wished. I would like to see it here. I would really like to see it. He's dealing with 2 Satyrs, so that's going to be a lot of damage coming in right there. But you know what? Oh god, another Vortex full heal there. And the Arcus are definitely a bad idea from Magic. He can't be doing this. The Caladria are dropping like flies. And maybe Vortex has a little bit of potential for the counter-offensive here. But I think the town center and the 4 towers are just sniping a little bit too much stuff. Even though some villagers will be going down the market gets deconstructed. That's a strange decision. I'm guessing there was a realization that Magic maybe isn't very rich right now. So just relying on that fact. There's gold mining going on. There is still another Satyr there. Oh boy. Oh boy, that is something. Many more Contarius are coming out. They're a decent meat shield for the Murmillo, but the Murmillo have almost equal health and they cost 1 population less, a lot less resources as well. They don't quite have the same kind of DPS though, do they? 11 versus... Oh, they're almost the same DPS actually, that's nuts. So the Contarius really only have speed on their side and the bonus against ranged. Which is pretty good, obviously. We're gonna have the Sky Passage so that Magic can transfer between spots. He's still got the second gold mine for himself, and military barracks are coming out. He's gonna have more Satyrs coming out as well. And saving up for Chaos is really the next step, but I don't think Vortex will be ever able to. He's got not even 1 Oracle. Sorry, he's got 1 Oracle. Magic has 3 of them, which is really the minimum you should have. Ideally, it would be more than 3. The Terma are smelling blood. They're going after the Arcus, but they don't have a lot of range, whereas the Arcus have 20. These guys only have 14 after the heavy upgrade is done. They probably would need even more than that to be truly viable. So a lot of Satyrs coming out of Vortex. Can Magic truly defend here? He will need a lot of heroes. He's getting bronze shields right now so that he can fight this. I'm not sure he can take this kind of punishment right now. The Terma are getting microed onto the Arcus and their numbers have been drastically reduced. Magic only has medium Contarius versus the heavy ones. I'm a little confused as to what happened here to Magic. He's just kind of falling apart despite all that economic damage that he managed to do earlier. He may have a bigger economy, but he can't make use of it. Not with this kind of army. And he is losing villagers. So that's rough. There's a ton of them idle as well in the tree line. And I think his town center might just go down here. He's trying to double pump citizens still, despite being up 66 to 58 civilian population. It's just not gonna work. He needs to leave here with the Sky Passage, sacrifice his base, and rebuild his army, hopefully. Farming economy transition is beginning as well. And that will need a lot of tree chopping, boys and girls. That will need a lot of tree chopping. Vortex is coming in with even more Terma. This is crazy. At least they have the speed this time around on this patch. Can he make further satyrs as well? That's really key to making this work. If he's lacking the Oracle, still only the one Oracle. But Magic is going to transform a bunch of Archers to heroes. So that should help him a lot with dealing with these satyrs. Magic just doesn't have a lead anymore. It's gone. He's ahead by one villager. That's it. No more. No less. All these heavy units are now ready to go. Super mobility. 5.5 and 5.8 speed from the army of Vortex. He's separately controlling them clearly on split control groups right there. You can tell because the extra Terma were not yet added to the group. And the free setters are still alive. We've got bronze shields as well coming in. The Terma are being shift clicked all over the Arcus. And meanwhile, the heavy Cantarians just hold the line. More of them are streaming in. And I think Magic may have just lost the game here, ladies and gentlemen. 85 military population to 8. That's not gonna fly, and these Terma and Cantarius are getting on top of the economy, and Vortex just beat Magic again. This is crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Look at that total population graph just exploding in his favor. Even though Magic had the extra economy, it takes time for that town center and additional villager costs to pay off. I don't know, Magic really overrated the Arcus, and severely underrated the Murmillo. Just making more Murmillo, I think, would have been perfect here.